Hello guys, Charles here, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be learning how to play that lick. If that's something you're interested in, then please do stick around. If that seems too difficult for you, don't worry, because the point of this video isn't really a technical one. I want to explain how I built that line so that when you are able to play to that technical level, you're able to build lines yourself. And of course you can use these elements that I'm going to talk you through today to build simpler lines or lines within your ability. So the line we're going to be learning today is C minor or E flat major. I'm feeling this is a C minor line, that's what I was intending when I built it, but of course you can use this in E flat major context as well. And equally, you can slide it up or down to whichever fret you desire to put it in any key you like. So let's get straight to it and look at this very first element. So the very first element we use in this line is this stretched fourth. Now, this stretched fourth shape is really important for expanding your range as you play. You'll see players from Tom Quayle and Alan Holdsworth, and even guys like Steve Vai and Satriani using this sort of shape. So it's a shape you want to get comfortable with. Now, it's a very guitar-y sound because, with the exception of the G to B string, the guitar is tuned in fourths. Now, of course, if you are Tommy Q, your guitar is completely tuned in fourths, so this is a very guitaristic sound that we get from this. It's also worth adding that fourths give us a good minor sound because as we go around the cycle of fourths, from C to F to B flat to E flat, we're adding flats as we go round, so the sound is getting lower and darker and more moody, which is quite evocative of the minor sound. So next up, we're adding the fifth on the next string. So this first musical motif is a 1-4-5. And that's the main musical motif of this entire lick. Now, the next element I want to point out is what happens when we get to this 5, which we're currently playing with our middle finger. When we're at that point, we can either slide up or down from the middle finger, and this really extends the number of notes that we can add on one string, and therefore extends our run in total. Guys, again, like Satriani and Steve Vai do this a lot, where you get to that middle finger and you do a change of position and then continue wobbling your fingers around. So in this first instance, I'm going 1-4-5, then sliding down to the 4. And from there I can now reach down to my first finger on the minor third. So I've got 1-4-5-4 minor 3. And from this new position I can repeat the original motif. So I'm transposing it, so in this position it's 1-4-5. Now I could slide down again from that fifth, but instead I'm going to slide upwards. So I'm going to go, slid back into my original position, because on the A string I slid down a tone and now I've slid up a tone on the D string. And down to my first finger again, and I'm going to do it one more time, this time with a descending slide. So I've got 1-4-5 down, 1-4-5 up, 1-4-5 down. From here, I'm going to do a descending E flat major 7 arpeggio. And after that, 6th fret, I'm sliding up a tone. And from this new position, I'm on the 8th fret here, I'm going to do my 1-4-5 shape. But instead of sliding after that 5, I'm just going to stay in position and repeat that up through the strings. I'm doing a kind of Tim Miller 2-1-2-1 type arpeggio here. So I'm going 8-13, which is 2 notes, 10, new string, so that was only 1 note, 8-13, 11, 8-13. So I've got that sort of idea there. It's really an F minor pentatonic outline, but played in that 1-4-5 intervallic shape. So once we get to the top of that F minor pentatonic arpeggio, we could just descend back through that, but instead I'm going to descend through this new shape. down a fourth again, then through a power chord. And from that bottom note there, here's another sliding idea. I'm going to slide from the bottom note of this power chord to the bottom note of another power chord up here on the 13th fret. And so this shape here is the same as here. This instance, the first finger was on the 8th fret. This instance, the first finger's on the 13th fret. And in this instance, I was descending through it. In this instance, I'm sliding, then ascending. And we finish the line. Little tap on the 22nd fret and bend up a semitone to give us that E flat. It kind of feels like it resolves to the major key here. Again, it's completely up to you how you feel that. I'm hearing that as a resolution to the major. You may hear it as just the minor third, and that's absolutely fine. So a couple of practice tips for you here. The first is you want to make sure you're practicing at 3 tempos in total. One is a breakneck speed. The second tempo is really slow so that you can really play as beautifully as possible. And the third tempo is finding that in-between point where you can almost do it, but some of the notes start to fall apart, where you can almost play it really beautifully and controlled, but some notes are still a little bit too fast for you. And so you want to make sure that you spread any challenge, any technical challenge, through those 3 tempos, because they do train your body in a different way. Another important thing to do when you're practicing a lick is don't feel you have to learn it note for note. Just make sure you understand the concept and take those concepts out and muck around with them. For example, you might take this 1-4-5 idea and you know that I slid down, then up, then down, then up. You might want to carry that across the whole 6 strings, which would be something along these lines. Slide down, slide up, slide down, slide up, slide down. Something along those lines might be an interesting thing to work on. Similarly, you might want to practice these sort of shapes, moving those around the guitar, or that shape there, moving that around the guitar. Just taking elements out and practice them in different contexts, trying to use them as musical material. And working on the musicality of them, your technique will catch up. Vocabulary gives you the chops. The final thing to say, of course, is try and practice this clean as well. Now, it's so much harder playing it clean. Here's an example of me trying to do it clean. Hopefully you'll notice that it's not as good as my distorted performance was, because of course distortion helps, but I'm trying my best to stay in control of the notes and play them as beautifully as I possibly can at something of a breakneck speed for me. If you enjoy these legato ideas and you'd like me to share more with you, let me know down below what you'd like to see on this channel. It's just as much your channel as it is mine. I share what I think you guys are going to find interesting. Sometimes I hit the nail on the head and other times I seem to be woefully misguided. So please do let me know what you want to see, and that's what I'm here for. I like to share what I know with you guys. If you found this video helpful, please do click that like, that subscribe, ding the notification bell, and share with your friends. That really makes a massive difference to the channel. Through you guys doing that alone, I've seen loads of growth recently on the channel, which I'm really pleased about and very proud of my work and your contribution to this channel as well. So thank you very much for that. And as always, I hope you're doing very well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.
Roll up, let me embed a story you'll never forget. A drip, you're drowning in debt now. You can't buy your way out, and I heard you find it difficult to cope.